And a good evening to you, and welcome to Historically Black Sense News. I'm your host, Shamai Cook, and we have a great show on for you tonight. So let's get started. Our guests tonight are the founders of the Virginia State University's Skate Lab. Please welcome Terry Albright Jr. and Ezra Deason to the show. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How you doing? How you doing?
I am well. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great, man. Bless.
Great. We love having you. So you're inspired. What inspired you guys to first of all, start off this organization? It's called the Skate Lab over at Virginia State University. Talk about what it took to get it off the ground and what are some challenges that you faced while trying to start this organization.
Okay, I can take this question. I say we first started with just a community of people who wanted to skate. I know my brother here, Terry, my other brother, Terry Strong Jr. and Jamil Bowers. We came together as a skating community as far as just, skating out on the courts, kind of like, hey, we should skate here, we should skate there. And from there, it kind of built. We kind of was like, okay, cool. We all come from different places because not all of us live in Virginia when we made Skate Lab. So from all of us coming from different places, we realized, hey, we need a home away from home when it comes to skating. And not only did we want to stop at us four, we wanted to provide out for the school and the community outside the school. And that's kind of where the idea of Skate Lab came from. Lab of the acronym being leadership, activity, and balance, not only does on the skate floor, but also outside of skating. Leadership, knowing that you need to be a leader when it comes to certain things, and also being a leader when you teach. Activity being, skating is an activity. Like, it's good for your health, it's good for your, it's good for your body, it's good to stay. And your balance being, you need balance in order to skate better. So you also need balance for your life as well. So everything that Skate Lab stands for, it has also a deeper meaning behind outside of the skating, also in the real world.
Yes, sir. And also, to answer the question on how, what are some of the challenges and how we got to become an official registered org on Virginia State University's campus. At first, like he said, it started off as like a group, a community of people who just wanted to put skates on and just vibe out, just have fun with skates together. So it started off as that, and we realized that we low-key want to make this bigger, make it more like a movement, right? So as we gathered more people, we gathered a group chat. It wasn't official yet. We was more so considered just a group on campus. We gathered a group chat, accumulated around 100 plus people in the group chat. 100 plus people didn't come out to skate with us, but they knew about Skate Lab initially. And then as time went on, as I was a member of basically as I became a student leader, I started to realize how the organization stuff worked. So I kind of did more research and networking and connecting to other people. And it started with, SGA, right? Shout out to Marquise Mason. He was one of the first steps to help us bring this organization onto the campus. We told him, what do we need to do? Because there was no blueprint at the time. We asked him what we need to do. He gave us a blueprint. So we made a presentation, we presented it in front of all the student orgs. They voted on our org to become on campus. I believe it was a unanimous yes. And that was the start of it. That's when we became an official club. Later, we realized that in order to be like a org to have events and stuff on campus to actually make an impact, we need an advisor. And that took a while. We had to search for an advisor. An advisor had to be a faculty or staff that works at the university that would just basically advise our organization. So we finally found an advisor. Shout out to Mr. Hicks, Raymond Hicks. Shout out to Mr. Hicks, man. And to the co-advisors, Ms. Chase and Ms. Jill. And so we finally got advised to be able to actually do things on the yard. I believe our first event was a splash a member on the Ave, kind of like a meet the member thing. Splash a member on the Ave, it's a fundraiser, meet and greet, all that good stuff, good vibes. And we became official as an organization on the campus on April 8th of 2025.
Roller skating has such a rich cultural history, especially in the Black community. How does Skate Lab honor that legacy while creating something fresh and new for students at VSU?
Okay, so the bridge between outside community skating, skating in the rinks, skate etiquette, skate culture, and then having that also at a school where it's not big on the skating aspect, we wanted to bridge those two mountains together by teaching our members about skate etiquette and skate culture, skate styles and where they come from, different cities, you know what I'm saying, different states, different styles, different styles of skates, different types of skates, and we wanted to bridge that both by also, hey, like skate culture, skate community, everybody starts from a different place, and we wanted to give that place to our students and ourselves as well, so that bridge can meet as far as when they go into the skate community, and as we bring them into the skate community, it's as one, and it's not anything other than that, but just that common bridge.
Yeah.
Can you guys share a specific moment or story where you've seen skating, making an impact on people's mental health and confidence at VSU? How has it, the results been with your organization? How has that been?
Okay, so definitely, I say one of our biggest moments was collaborating with 804 Skate City. Shout out to them. They are recently closed down, but before they closed down, they had one of their biggest skate events, and it was called ATL. The theme was ATL. It was an ATL skating themed party, and a lot of the people outside of the school that are in that skate community came to us and was like, "Hey, when is this happening?" We did promo for it, and we did a whole bunch of photo shoots, and we went there prior to talk to the owner, and we kind of set that up. Now, I say the bridge between what kind of made that more confident is because a lot of skaters, I know myself personally, I know my brother here, my other brothers, and a lot of people in our skate lab, skating is an out for them. And when I say out, I mean it's a physical out, it's a mental out, it's an emotionally out. I know that. Quick side story, I know the reason I started skating is because that's just a deep connection I have with my father, and it's just a way that I can express myself. A lot of skate lab members feel that out for them is skating, and that also brings confidence. So we know that if we can put you in a room with a bunch of people who even go to the school and outside to the school can share that common, hey, skating is my out for whatever reason. I feel like that's one of our biggest accomplishments, and we did that with that ATL themed party.
Yeah, and also, back then, like you said, skating was more like a distraction for the young kids, a place of protection for the younger generations. And nowadays, I would say when it comes to younger kids, they don't really skate as much as they probably did back then. There's more different things that they're focused on. And Skate Lab, we're not just an organization at Virginia State. We want to impact Virginia State. We want to impact the surrounding communities, all of our communities. So skating could be a distraction. It could be a mental health activity. It could be a hobby, anything like that. It just, for me, I skate because it really just calms me down, clears my mind. It's a real good mental health activity for me to participate in. And I feel like us bringing this back and spreading the culture of skating, what it could do for you, will also impact our communities at Virginia State, young communities, older communities, all the above. And initially, like, we started this organization also as like a distraction from any of the negative things that maybe the younger kids may go through or see, as in like drugs or any alcohol, things like that, things that could distract them from what they should be doing. Skating could be like a out for them to like focus on being on the right track.
And to follow up on that, yes, it is not saying that all kids who don't partake in a certain activity are indulging into things of those, but we know that everybody might need a what they call like a new hobby. If your regular hobbies or your regular something isn't working, then you try something new to get yourself out of a distraction and trouble, i.e., drugs, alcohol, parties, unnecessary parties, or anything extracurricular that might not have your full time or might not really be truly calming you down. And we know that as all of that, even as an out or anything else as an outlet that skating brings, it also brings passion. As much as people start with why they're starting, where there might be an out physically, mentally, or emotionally, it again starts building into a passion. Like everybody in Skate Lab now, it's now a passion. Like it wasn't out, it's still out, but now it's a passion. Now you want to get better. Now it's not, okay, I'm doing this because I feel I need to be distracted, or I'm doing this because I need to feel like I need to be away from people. It's literally, hey, now I'm doing this. I'm perfectly fine. Like my mental is 10. I'm feeling okay, but now I just want to skate because now it's a passion, and that's the next step that we wanted to hit with people inside and outside the rink, as far as what Skate Lab brings to the community and inside the school.
You guys talked about it just a little bit. What's your vision for Skate Lab's future? Do you want to expand to other HBCUs around the country? I know in Virginia, you guys have Virginia Union, and you guys are among in the CIAA. You have Fayetteville State. You got Virginia Union. You got you could collaborate with those schools as well with the Salem State. Can you talk about what's your plans for the future of this organization?
Yeah, we have big plans for Skate Lab. As since all the founders we graduate in, I believe spring 27, so we really trying to hit the road on what we need to do. And when it comes to these other organizations or expanding Skate Lab or anything, we would love to expand Skate Lab. We have definitely, we are definitely in the works of trying to do that right now. And we also in contact with the other HBCU skate organizations, such as HU Rollers or Black Students Roll over there at the AUC. You got Bowie. Shout out to the Prairie View PV. I think it's PV Rollers.
PV.
Yeah,
Also have
Bowie.
Spellhouse and Morehouse.
Yeah.
Spellman and Morehouse.
Yeah, FAMU, TSU, all of them. Like we have a big group chat together called HBCU Rollers. We try to keep in close contact, close connection, so we could like really expand and help each other out, and hopefully we could get a link up together, situated sometime soon, and really just have fun and share the culture and the art of roller skating.
And I would say that was one of our first goals. I guess in order, we could say our first goal was making something, and I know that was very small, as much as making the Instagram / TikTok, and that goal was reached. Okay, our next goal is to make an official org. An official org being having an advisor and really letting the campus know that, like, hey, Skate Lab isn't some like reeky dink. Like, we have a big plan, we have a big vision, and we want to share it with y'all. And I hope that y'all also see where our eyes are at. And that was eventually, made complete on April 8th, 2025. And then our next goal on top of that was, okay, new members, and like what more do we want to do outside the skating? And we did that by, again, doing community service. Hitzebing, we just recently went to the elementary school, handed out candy with them and the Halloween candy, to the point where other orgs at the school and outside, they wanted us to come and kind of just give that fun back to the kids. I know a lot of kids don't see a lot of skating, and I know we went there and we asked, hey, who all skates? And 90% of the room had raised their hands. So it's really cool that they asked us to come out there, or we came out there and showed them it, like, hey, there's other people that are doing what y'all are doing. There's people that can like relate to the kids too. And after we feel like we've reached somewhat at that goal, our next one, okay, now we need to up our stakes by getting skates. So let's say our biggest challenge was people wanting to come to us, but it's hard because we can't provide them skates. Well, thanks to 804 Skate City, they actually, when they closed down because of that ATL theme, they mentioned to us that we are helping them stay in business actually longer than they actually would have stayed in. So they provided us with those skates and he was like, hey, you can take all these. We have kids skates too. Y'all take these, y'all give back to the community the same way that y'all gave back to me in my event. And
wow,
so that was another goal reached. I think now we're gathering more goals, and I think our biggest goal right now is to just kind of, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like, hey, we need to do this, this, and this, but now that we are reaching those goals, big on the founders is, okay, like we're big on like what's next. Like we recently just had our first Founders Day, our first Founders Week, where we've been on the yard for 1 year making. And so we're hard hitting the pedal, like, hey, what's next? Like, how can we be bigger? How can we? And I say one of our biggest goals right now is to really get out to the community, because we feel like we have a really good foot and a really good head strong on about what we're doing on campus and the vision that it's been seeing. So now it's kind of like our biggest goal right now next is to get out to the community and connect with those other people. And then from there, it's going to be a goal after another goal and a goal after another goal because we don't want to stop.
Yeah, and like he said, like those donations from 804 Skate City of all the skates, it really, really, really helped us out a lot because that was one of our goals for a long time. Inspiration from, I believe, Black Students Road. I think they have rental skates. We wanted to have something like that, and it was one of our goals we had. And Marlo, the owner of Skate City, thankfully donated us all of his skates so we could actually put on for the community. I know the students at Virginia State, they been asking, we're gonna have an event. Rental skates cost money though, but now thanks to 804, we got them. So I really do want to say one more time, just a big thank you to that.
Shout out to
We're
you, man.
grateful, man.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll send it. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We're gonna send it to Eddie Nayel with our HBCU fun fact of the week. We appreciate it.
Hello, can you? Okay. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Shamai, for that transition. Hello, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Eddie Niall, your multi-winning state pageant queen and a student in the Atlanta University Center, and your historically Black Sense HBCU Fun Fact host, back with another weekly gem of Black excellence. Did y'all know that Morris Brown College just recently brought back its Greek royalty? That's right, Greek royalty is officially making its return to their campus after about 20 years, and they did it big. It all went down during homecoming week around October 8th, and their energy was unreal. The royal court happened during the homecoming parade was their first appearance. And let me tell you, the crowd was living. Crowns, sashes, floats, fire trucks. It was a whole vibe. And Morris Brown showed up and showed out for their students. And can I say a big thank you to the Miss Spelman Royal Court for helping us get ready for the incredible reveal. Their support truly made the moment special and even more brighter. And I'm also so proud to share that I am a part of this historical moment as your Miss Old Gold and Black for the IOTA chapter of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Being a part of that process and witnessing the beauty of the culture and the school and traditions was so cool to see excellence and history unfolding firsthand before my eyes. I can't even put into words how special it truly was. Moments like this remind me that HBCUs aren't just about class, but it's truly a culture and community, and essentially is passing the torch. Greek life and community life and campus royalty and student leaders and homecoming energy that all keeps our traditions alive for generations to come and keep our generations connected as well. If you were there cheering on or watching from afar, drop a comment, tag your favorite student leaders or student royalties that attend an HBCU, and let's continue to celebrate the students on campus who are making a name for themselves. Because Morris Brown did do it big. And that is your HBCU fun fact for the day. HBCU pride, tradition, and excellence in full effect. Again, I am Eddie Niall, and I will see you all next week with your next fun fact. Thank you. I can't hear you. Is it just
Can you
me?
hear me now? Okay, I'm
I
sorry
can
about
hear you
that. Thank
now.
you so much, Eddie Nayel, for that. Let's bring in Deuce Tucker for our topic discussion today. Hello, Deuce. How are you?
What's up, man? Hey, Eddie. How y'all feeling today? I'm well. I'm
Hello.
blessed.
Great, great, great. Let's get it started. It's election day, and many states are
Mhm.
looking at historic and tight elections. So let's talk about the importance of voting. Let's start with Eddie. Why do you think it's important for HBCU students to vote?
I think it is tremendously important, not just for HBCU students, but definitely people of color to vote because essentially our ancestors literally fought for that right. I feel like it would be pretty in vain not to use the right that our ancestors, not just ancestors, but our grandmothers. For me, it would be my Amy. She was 83 years old, and she tells me stories. She's like a living history book, telling me stories about her going to the poll and advocating for her voice. So, as HBCU students, I feel like it's extremely, extremely, extremely important to make sure our voices are heard and we're fulfilling our legacy that our ancestors and essentially our elders paved the way for us as well.
Go ahead, Deuce.
And honestly, man, I feel like it's very beneficial to all parties involved. It doesn't matter necessarily through a specific entity, whether you're Democrat, Independent, or a Republican. I honestly believe that as if you can't necessarily complain about something and not contribute to the main foundation that contributes to society itself, which is politics, man. If you want to change a law, if you want to change a certain circumstance that can hold people accountable to the fullest extent, it's through politics. And I feel as if you don't put the correct individuals within those seats, even though there's this stigma of people usually going into these chairs just want power and fame and money. I feel as if sometimes you don't necessarily know until you do your own research about those individuals, even if you're not in their ball, even if you're not in their chair or their seat. And sometimes it's inevitable to want certain things, but saying things and also doing things are two different ways of accessibility to the ways that you should contribute to who you are as a man, as a woman, and as an individual itself, especially not necessarily just for people of color, but people in general. Because as we know, we showed up at the polls recently for a major election. However, everyone else did not. Now they're feeling the wrath that comes with those consequences. So I feel as if it's imperative for us to be able to at least do one of the factors that we can contribute to that will help our whole generation in society more effectively and better.
Can you talk about how are policies in your hometown, that affect the students like you? How what are the policies and stuff that things that people want changes on your campus, Eddie?
I'm sorry, I think I missed the beginning of that.
Oh, I was saying, what are the policies and all the things in your hometown that your school that your students are being affected? What are the policies that and concerns that students are focused about and want to make changed, want changed?
Hmm. I will say, for this past, um, not this current, but this past local election, as you guys know, my hometown would be Las Vegas. I grew up in Las Vegas through my high school years. And a big, being a part of the ACLU for Nevada, a big question on there was I can't remember the exact verbiage, but it had something to do with solitude and the extensions of slavery and the essence of incarceration and how it should be utilized and if it's still legal and things like that,
Yeah.
which really took people aback because we are in 2025 and that was on our ballot for 2025. So that was something that was really talked about, not just among the youth, but like in general. For at least for my town, that was something that we really spoke about.
Yeah, Deuce, what issues most matter the most to you personally this election? You live in Atlanta. You got Georgia is having a big governorial race right now. What are Georgians talking about, and what issues matter to them right now?
So to give some type of context, of course, when it comes to different counties, there are different elections. For us specifically, it was dealing with District 2 and 3. I'm in DeKalb County, East Side. Shout out to us, yes, sir. But however, there's let me pronounce this correctly, a mayoral type
Yeah.
of race with three candidates that's running for mayor. However, they're preparing for different type elections such as the government's race as well as a couple others. However, we realize there's a big problem within our school system, and I taught a little bit within APS, and I realized that sometimes you have individuals that do care about the students or the young people that are coming through the system. However, you're not necessarily given the tools as well as the foundational principles to allow them to flourish. Everybody comes from sometimes different backgrounds, and you need those resources for you to be able to contribute to people that are coming up, that are teenagers, literally, because even though we're the future and we're young adults, these people will be leading offices, restaurants, Fortune 500 companies, and establish mogul type of entities in the next 15 to 20 to 25 years. And I feel as if sometimes the only thing some people just give us when it comes to some type of political foundation are just maybe books and run down at that. So of course we're continuously trying to make one step ahead, not one step ahead, but one step above what the past was. However, we're going two steps back when we make one step ahead. So we have to figure out how we can be able to close that gap and help these people and push forward the impact that you can be able to create if you stay in school, that you take matters into your own hands when it comes to certain things of importance and focus on the goal, which is to receive a quality education while also having fun while doing it.
Yeah, can you talk about the importance of staying informed about candidates? This is for both of you, you guys. While we live in an era where a lot of misinformation is being put out about people and about policies and about the government. How do you stay informed, and what are ways that people can stay informed about the candidates that uh the candidates that are running for their office in their local offices?
So honestly, my parents basically instilled in me the true meaning and importance of watching the news. And that falls within the category of local news as well as national news, because you can know what's going on within the world. You can also know what's going on in your own community. So I try my best to at least watch local news at least twice a week, because of course, every single day, that's a primary topic that will be able to inform you what is transpiring within your, local community. And certain platforms that I usually um, cater to, such as the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and maybe like this thing called the Morning Brew, that allows me to be able to be informed on what is transpiring within the everyday lifestyles when it comes to people, policy, entertainment of some sort, as well as foundational principles from issues that's going throughout my entire neighborhood, from what's going on through the next bordering county. So the news is very truly important, because the newspaper, we don't even receive a newspaper anymore. So basically just using the resources that have been given to us and not necessarily taking advantage of it.
Eddie?
Staying informed on candidates is obviously absolutely essential, especially when it comes to voting. Voting isn't just about showing up on election day, it's about knowing who you're running for, what they stand for, and how their policies impact you, your community, schools, and like the future of where you are. When you understand the candidate's platform, then you can then make an educated decision, because essentially you're voting for someone who reflect your values, who reflect your priorities, and essentially will make those changes that you would like to see in your community. And it also helps to hold leaders accountable as well, um, especially after they're in office. Because I don't know, people may not know you can definitely call or email and follow up on certain things that they instilled in like their campaigning. But being informed in general, and that means researching, asking questions, and engaging in conversations, whether it's about local elections, statewide issues, or even national policies. And then for HBCU students, I feel like it's even more critical, or as a student in general, because our votes carry, especially as youth, and a lot of people, it's actually their first time, especially in college, as undergrad voting, so that power just shapes our communities and essentially our futures too.
Well, thank you so much for that great discussion. Doesn't matter who you vote for. Make sure your voice is heard today before the polls are closed. We appreciate you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you, Deuce. Thank you, Eddie, and thank you to our guests from Virginia State, the Skate Lab. And we'll see you guys next week. We love. Thank you to all of our people behind the scenes, and we love you for watching. We'll see you next time on Historically Black Sense. I'm Shamai Cook.
I am Eddie Nile.
And I'm Deuce Tucker.
And we'll see you guys next week. The action never stops. Bye bye.